Hi, welcome to Hemi Garage Hacks. My name's Dave. So glad you're here. We're going to be counting down 9 garage hacks that are going to be so helpful. Make sure you watch to the end because number 1 could possibly change your life. So let's get started. Okay, so we're starting with number 9, the mill. You're asking like, why are we starting here? We just saw this like a couple weeks ago. There's a really good reason. And there's one comment I got that inspired this entire video. And it was a comment that didn't have great intentions, but it was, hey, you know, that's serious third world tech you got going on there. And for a second it took me off guard, but then I was like, heck yeah, it is. It's awesome. I'm proud of it. I think it's awesome if you're gonna innovate and have ingenuity. If you think about it, every invention all across the world throughout time started as a hack. So it's going to start this whole video off on hacks that I have throughout the shop that saved me tons of time, thousands of dollars, and allowed me to grow at a rate that I couldn't have done otherwise. So with that being said, I got to give a shout out to Iksan in Indonesia, one of our subscribers in Australia and throughout the world. It's amazing. I'm so happy to have you guys here. And in the wise words of an editor from thedrive.com, said, if it sounds stupid and it works, then it's not stupid. So I completely agree. So let's get on to number 8. Okay, hack number 8 is this right here. These are all file cabinets of one sort or the other. So they're very strong, they're very sturdy. In fact, I've got drawers that just have miscellaneous bolts, miscellaneous hardware. I've got various tools throughout here, car parts, I've got even cams. This is my Hemi cam drawer. Yeah, so these things hold a lot of weight. So this number 8 hack is really handy because you can find file cabinets and lateral files in a lot of places pretty cheap. And then all you take a little spray paint and makes them look nice so you can do whatever color you want, blue, green, red, black, doesn't matter. But they work good and they look good, so that's a good hack. So let's go to number 7. Before we go to number 7, I gotta give you a bonus hack. This table right here, this is what I call my war room table because it looks like a war room table. But I can work on inventions here and I can kind of spread out and do some planning. But this was just on the side of the road. Somebody just threw this away. So don't feel like you gotta spend a ton of money on everything that you get. If it's a sturdy table and it holds things that you need to hold, I mean, come on, save some money, you know? Take your wife out to dinner or something with the money you save. So on to number 7. Here I just have just a wire cart. You've probably seen these. I have them at Sam's. I have them all over the place. So what I'll do is I'll take some pegboard and I'll just zip tie pegboard to the wire cart. Now you can do it on the back, you can do it on the side also. And of course I keep my car parts, oil filters, bearings, oil pumps, all that stuff on the flip side of it. So then number 6 hack would be carts. Now don't feel like you got to have a mechanic cart or an official shop cart. I've got different carts. This here is from I think it's a computer stand is what it is, but it's perfect for what I end up using it for, and it's sturdy, it's strong. I've had that thing for a couple of years. Here's another variation. It used to be I had a very small shop, not even 1/4 of the size of this shop, and space was crucial. So I found these, you know, you just hold this and they fold up, so that's awesome. Another cart here, this is my tool cart, a little messy, but this is the style I like. I don't like having a bunch of drawers. I don't like having open and closed stuff. I just want it quick and accessible, so that's my style. Everybody has their own style. The cart that I use on the bottom here is from Blockbuster. So when they went out of business, I bought 2 of these carts and I've had it ever since. If you're old enough to know about Blockbuster, you know about how old this cart is, and it's been awesome. It's held up. I wouldn't trade for anything. This thing is awesome. We'll go on to the next hack. I do have another bonus hack for you, and that is this little blue mixing pan right here. I think it's like a concrete mixing pan of some sort. I don't know. I saw it at a tool store and it was perfect for just having an engine on a stand and being able to tear it down, and it just catches everything and it's awesome. And then I just, you know, made something that holds it. So that's just kind of a bonus hack, been super helpful. Here we have some of our next victims. They're all Hemis with the exception of this little demon right here. This is my wife's Honda Pilot motor and I absolutely hate it. But anyway, I'm gonna scooter on to the next one. Yeah, it's got a basket on it, so what? Never know when you've got a 6-pack of soda on there. I'm just kidding. I'm not much of a drinker, but I love the movie Tommy Boy. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. Anyway, the next hack is going to be these rain barrels that I got from Sam's. Used to be I had just a regular old oil barrel, and then I would cut the top, lay it horizontally. And what this allows you to do is to recycle antifreeze. We've always helped people as much as we could. And when we first started, I actually only charged like $1,450 to fix people's motor 17 years ago. I just had some bad experiences and I wanted to help people out. So I've always had that mentality. And one of the tricks that I learned that was really helpful was recycling antifreeze. Now, before you freak out, I actually have full strength antifreeze that's brand new over there. So this is just for helping people out if they're stuck, or if I have a car that I'm flipping, something like that. But since oil and water don't mix, oil is a lot lighter, transmission fluid is a lot lighter, and all the antifreeze will actually sink to the bottom. So we have an orange one, we have a green one. You can drain it out, it comes out just beautiful. And since we have the full strength, if you need to boost its strength, then that's a great way to do it. Another part of this is actually just taking these that you can get at Walmart, a little screen for windows, and then I just put them up here, and then whenever we take our container and pour it in there, it just screens out all the crap so things don't get clogged. This has been really helpful and it has saved me a ton of money. Okay, before we get on to hack number 4, I'm going to give you another bonus hack, and that is to have a designated dirty area. A designated dirty area. So all of your dirty activity you kind of want to have in the same area if you can do that. Kind of helps keep the rest of the shop clean. Something to add to that, which I've done at my last shop but I haven't done at this shop, is I actually just got some cheap used like low profile carpet, and I just taped it, literally taped it, and it held for like almost 2 years, but right in between the designated dirty area and the rest of the shop. And that was great because if you're working in the dirty area, you can not track it into the rest of the shop. So that's awesome. Anyway, that's just a bonus hack for you. So now let's get to number 4, which is a pin press. You gotta love Harbor Freight. Now, some of this stuff, you gotta be careful what you buy, but a lot of stuff is actually pretty good stuff. So one of the things I did here is I got one of their hydraulic presses or pneumatic presses, and this thing has been a lifesaver. And so I've done a couple of different things over the years. At first I started out, I just kind of welded a couple of wrist pins and modified them so that I can put them on the piston and then I can push it through. Now, I haven't used this in a lot of years. I end up just modifying it this way, and then with this tool it just makes it really nice because then it just pushes it through. Now my air compressor is on the low end right now, but normally this goes a bit faster. I've had this thing for over 12 years and it's been amazing. So it's about time for me to get another one, but talk about saving money, and it didn't even cost that much to begin with. So this number 4 is a really good hack. Hopefully that one's helpful for you. As far as actually putting the rods and hanging them on the pistons, I just took something like a wrist pin. I welded a nut to it, which allowed me to push the wrist pin at a specific depth. I have an invention that's going to be coming out here in the next month or 2 as far as how you heat up the rods to hang pistons, and it's awesome. So I'm excited to show that. So just a little teaser for you. But for now, we'll get on to number 3. Okay, now hack number 3 and 2 are close together here. Now, these are hacks that I don't currently use anymore, but they played a big part in when I was beginning to grow. The one that's first is this oil container here that you see. This is where we keep our used oil. Well, I had gotten one of these that had been empty and cleaned out, and I cut like a door, not all the way to the bottom, but just maybe about halfway up, and I cut a slit in the top. And what I would do is I would swing in an engine block or a cylinder head or any part that I wanted to pressure wash, and I could take the pressure washer, high pressure, and then I could clean the whole thing, and stuff would just fly along the walls. It wouldn't get all over the place. And then you can just take it and kind of swivel it around because it was on a chain that had a swivel on it, and it was awesome. And the great thing about it is all these containers, they have a drain at the bottom. So you could drain out the water, and then every once in a while you'd have to kind of clean out any sludge, but that thing was super helpful. Now the second hack is one of these barrels right here. At the time, I didn't have a vat to be able to vat blocks and to clean parts. So what I did is I took a oil barrel like this, and I took a heating element out of a hot water tank that wasn't working. The heating element was working, but the hot water tank was leaking. So I took that out, drilled a hole I needed in the bottom, put it in the bottom, and then secured it so it wouldn't leak. And then I could put whatever, if I wanted water in there, if I wanted, any type of a chemical, I could heat that up and it would clean parts really well. So that was my first version of it. My second version of it, went to Walmart and I bought one of these turkey roaster things. Actually, the pan from it right there. But I took the pan out and then I took the housing off of it, and there was this heated band, or this heating band that went around it. And I took that out and I put it around toward the base of the barrel there, and I just kind of insulated it and plugged it in, and that worked awesome too. So I'm not recommending that for anybody. I didn't have any safety issues, anything like that, but just for, I don't know, I wouldn't say I would recommend it, but it served its purpose when I had it. So maybe that hack will help somebody out. Okay, before we get to number 1, I have one more bonus hack for you, and this one I think is going to help you maintain your sanity. So let's get to that right now. This bonus hack here is something you want to use if you have a frustrating project, or you got a bolt that's stuck, or it's just driving you nuts and you feel like you want to quit. Sometimes you just gotta walk away. In this particular case, I've got a little golf net set up here in my shop. I used to teach golf a lot of years ago. Now I suck. But anyway, that's a whole different story. Now for you, it might be something different. You might need to take a walk, take a break, maybe get a punching bag or something just to get away from the situation. This has helped me a lot. I've been working for hours on something and I just can't get it to go, or can't get it to work right. And then I step away, come back, and then it pops right in like, what the heck was that about? But if you've been working on cars or working on projects for any period of time, yeah, you've seen this work. So for those that aren't familiar with it, that's what this bonus hack is for. So I'm going to take a little frustration out here on the pilot over there. Yeah, I probably better not do that. I love my wife tremendously. I hate her pilot. This is a bonus tip. Hope it's helpful to you. Ha! Fooled you. Oh, and as a little bonus hack, this netting here I actually got for a couple $100. It's a construction netting. I guess they wrap it around buildings to keep debris from flying off. As much as I got, I probably could have made 30 of these things. So I don't know, there's a business idea for somebody. Anyway, let's get to number 1 hack. Okay, before we get to the number 1 hack, why do I like hacks? Well, I like hacks because sometimes it allows you to do stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to afford or accomplish without having a lot of money. And what if money is keeping you from your dream? What if money is keeping you from getting out of the situation that you're in? If there was a hack and if there's a way to get away from it, I mean, wouldn't you want to know that? So I wanted to share real quick before I reveal this story that I had about dread. And it was on Sunday nights. I would have dread just because I was anticipating Monday, which meant going back to work. But there was a time when I hated my job, I hated the situation I was in, and Sunday nights were just full of dread. And so for me, this right here represented a change in that. It represented like a seed, if you will, something small and insignificant that brought about a different outcome. This particular hack here is a little tool chest, if you will, an ice chest that housed about this many tools. I had a little bit more than this, not much, but everything I had was in an ice chest, just like this. And then I had 2 jack stands, and I had a jack, and that's everything I had. I had learned how to fix some things because when I graduated from college, I didn't have money to take my car to get it fixed anywhere, so I had to figure out how to fix it. And this was before YouTube, so let this be an encouragement for you. So if you have stories like this, or if you have hacks that you want to add, or if you want to comment, please get down in the comments section and share with other people. Maybe you'll be an encouragement to some others. Maybe you have a good story you want to share. Maybe you have a great hack you want to share. I mean, our viewers would love to see that. So this is Dave with Hemi Garage Hacks.